Well, folks, welcome to the channel. Welcome to this episode. This is a new video that I'm going to be starting to do. We usually do best of pocket knives, best of fixed blades for the year. I want to start doing also a best gear that's not related to knives at all. It could be firearm related. It could be, packs, survival supplies, axes, hatchets, all kinds of different stuff. Just kind of the rest of the things that we review here on the channel and give you kind of the cream of the crop, the best of the best, the stuff that really stood out to me that we reviewed this year, 2017. So I hope you guys enjoy this video as we take a look at what 2017 had to offer in the gear arena and what was really, for me, the stuff that stood out and is the best of the best. So let's go ahead and take a look. So guys, as we dive into this video, please use the hyperlinks below over to Amazon. Every product that you see here today is able to be purchased on Amazon, and that makes it easy for you guys so you don't have to try and remember something, write it down. Just when you're done with this video, something that stood out to you, click that link. And when you guys use those hyperlinks, it helps us get out there and continue to do what we do. We get a small kickback when you guys use those hyperlinks. Helps me purchase much of the gear that you see here, the camera equipment, the drones, all the things that we're doing to give you guys the most in-depth and honest content that we can here at the channel. So thank you guys for using those hyperlinks as we dive into this video. So we tested out a lot of portable outdoor, hiking, backpacking coffee makers this year, but the one that really stood out to me was the GSI Outdoors Java Commuter. And really what this thing does is that it kind of blends the capability of a French press and just your normal tumbler that you would carry and drink your coffee out of in the morning. It's a 2-for-1. So not only maybe if you're backpacking and camping with another person and you don't want to take a full French press, but you don't really want like a pour over because it's one person at a time. This is a blend of both because I believe it'll do 18 ounces if I remember correctly in one batch, and basically works just like a French press would, but then is also the thermos that you drink out of or that you can pour out of if you need to, which is super cool. So you can literally grind your coffee, pour in your boiling water, let it sit for like 2 or 3 minutes, press it down, and run out the door. You don't have to pour it into another container, dirty that. It's a 2-for-1, which really stands out from the crowd to me. I have like an AeroPress, love that thing, but you have to have a cup, and it kind of blends an AeroPress, a French press, and just a normal cup all into one, and really is a one-and-done system, which I really love and is something that I would totally recommend you checking out. So this year I wanted to get into a little bit more like axe and tomahawk testing, and we've begun to do that. We've reviewed about 6 or 7 different axes and tomahawks this year, and one in particular just really stood out to me. It's USA made. It's from Hardcore Hammer, and it's their Super-Naturalist. And I love this axe because it's really a blend of multiple tools put together and is a really good performer. Coming in at under $100 with its leather scabbard that you can buy separately, or if you want to do a custom, it's even cheaper. I think it comes in at like $60 or $70 if you just go without the scabbard. But basically, it's made out of 4140 tool steel, which is the same steel that really high-end people like RMJ Tactical uses, and they're like $500 tomahawks that they make, $400 tomahawks. So it's the same steel as that, really well heat treated. Comes with a hammer on the back so you can actually use it to like hammer in tent pegs, nails. It has a nail puller. So it kind of can be a blend of like a roofer's axe, is kind of like the head style, but it's so well balanced, giving you a really long handle for its size. A lot of these camp axes that come in this kind of size range usually are about 13 inches on the handle length. This one comes in, I believe, if I remember correctly, at 18 inches, so much longer, and literally feels like the balance of like a combat tomahawk, but has the head of like a good camp axe hatchet, and really, really well balanced, really performed well for us. And I was just super impressed with all of the dimensions, the longer handle, the steel that they were going with holds up really well, the balance, all of it. It's not super head heavy, so you can't wield it very well. You could literally use that to defend yourself if you had to, whereas like my Husqvarnas and some of those other, camp axes just aren't balanced like that. They're very, very, head heavy. So totally love the Super-Naturalist, and it was absolutely, to me this year, the best axe tomahawk that we reviewed. And the piece of clothing that I just happen to be wearing, shocker, today, because I have like literally 6 pairs of these, are the 511 Apex pants. These things are phenomenal. I literally, like I said, most of the reviews that you guys will see in this channel and what we do here, I am wearing Apex pants because I've yet to find a pair of pants that has this much versatility and capability to not only be something that I can be rough and tumble with, go to the range if I need to, do work, construction work, maybe if you're moving a building, we We just moved our church from one location to another. I mean, just whatever it may be, and also look really nice. So, I mean, I could literally be like installing a refrigerator somewhere and then, just brush off these pants, put on a button-up shirt, and walk into a meeting that I need to have with some, people and have a more business-style meeting, which is fantastic. Really high quality. 5 or 6 is how many pairs I have. Not any tears, damage, issues. And I've had them for about a year now. So really impressed with these pants that I wear daily, the Apex from 511 Tactical. So we had the opportunity this year to review some Mountainsmith products, and out of all the products that we tested, when it comes to the packs that really stood out to not only myself, but my entire camera crew, that includes my brother, my dad, and my buddy Brian, the Apex series, we reviewed the 60 liter as well as the 80 liter, just like blew our minds. I mean, these things, we've done backpacking, and we're talking about like multi-day large backpacks. We've done a lot of that over the years. My dad has been doing it for like 30 years, 40 years. And so we've gone through a lot of packs, and we have the option to get our hands on almost anything that's out there. And out of all the different gear items that we've had a chance to review for multi-day backpacking, the Apex series is like at the top of our list and just blew our minds in what the not only durability, the capability, and the layouts of these backpacks, doing the 60 and the 80, really performed well. They even have a 100 liter, I believe, for those of you who are just like tons and tons of days, you're living out of your pack for weeks on end. These things are made out of Kedora nylon, 305 denier, tough, durable, really contour to your body well, carry the weight well, no hot spots, pinching, issues or anything like that, and just really well laid out and at a great price too. You're not paying $300 for your backpack. These things all come in at under $200 most of the year. So fantastic to see that Mountainsmith has produced a backpack that we as a crew love to use here in the Rocky Mountains. So awesome multi-day backpacking. So this year we tried to get into a little bit more firearm testing and firearm related testing, gear that's related to firearms, and I hope to do more in this coming year. And one of the things that really stood out to me that I've continued to use, I have 2 of them, is the Blackhawk Omnivore holster. Now this is designed to basically handle any firearm pistol that has a Picatinny rail attached to it. So as long as you have a Picatinny rail, it has a little adapter piece that kind of looks like it might be like a laser attachment. Some of you asked me that when I was doing reviews and stuff. Screws right onto your Picatinny rail, and it is compatible with some lights as well. So if you like to put lights in your pistols, but you're kind of concerned does the Omnivore work for it, they do have a couple lights for certain pistols that are modular with this system. But it's supposed to handle 150 different pistols, and I've tested about 10 of my own, and they all fit fantastically well. It has a push button release that is different retention points, and really has a lot going for it for a pretty inexpensive price of around $50. And I use it a lot, and I see a lot of value in it because I have several different pistols that I'm testing out all the time. Or maybe I go to a range with a friend of mine who doesn't have a pistol, maybe they just have a shotgun, right? And we want to do some pistol and shotgun run and gun. Sweet, hey, screw this onto your Picatinny rail of your Glock and stick on my Glock, and I'm going to shoot maybe my SIG P320, and you can use that spare holster that I have, and we can swap, and it's very, very modular and a lot of fun, and it really helps, particularly if you have multiple pistols and multiple people shooting. It's a big benefit. So as many of you know, I've done a couple videos this year, not only on some multi-tools, but also my thoughts on the multi-tool market and how in 2017 and early 16, it's become very gimmicky for the most part. Lots of very niche designed, types of tools that have like a flashlight and a knife and a bottle cap opener, a screwdriver, and a bracelet that's supposed to be a multi-tool, and just different things like that. That for me as a user, I just find very gimmicky, and I would never purchase and spend my hard-earned money on. The one tool that stood out for me, as you guys know if you've been watching the channel this year, it was the Gerber center drive. It was the first multi-tool from Gerber that I had purchased in many years. I'm usually a Leatherman guy. I love many of Leatherman's products, but this center drive has really blown my mind, and Gerber has absolutely outdone themselves with this design. I now own 2 of them, and I use them like weekly, not daily, but weekly, and week after week after week, I constantly am reminded of why I carry it in my EDC backpack that goes with me every day when I go to the office. I throw it in the car when Ashley and my wife and I, we go out, for a night on the town. We go grocery shopping. Yesterday, we're going picking out a Christmas tree. I mean, whatever it is. And it's every week I bust this thing out and I'm like, yep, this is still the tool for me to take with me everywhere I go around town. So, I mean, it's just got so much to offer, and it really took what a multi-tool is supposed to be, I believe, and they just fine-tuned some things, you know, made a larger one-handed blade that you don't have to open the tool to get to. So it's the largest on the market to my knowledge, or one of the largest. And then offered as well a quick deploying longer screwdriver bit that's right down the center axis. So it makes it very easy to use. I literally used it 2 hours ago to take a whole board off of a wall to get back to a sink that we were working on and stuff. I mean, it's just like, bam, there it is. And I mean, I got like 5 different super tools laying around the house. I got rebars, I've got the squirt, I've got the juice. I mean, I've got so many other Leathermans that are fantastic tools, but they're not the ones that are in my bag. That's like my mid to heavyweight tool for my everyday use when I'm looking for a multi-tool. The Gerber center drive has just blown my mind week after week this year, and I'm so happy that it's in my system, and it totally stood out from the crowd of all the multi-tools in recent years that have been produced, and definitely worth taking a look at. So we reviewed several different, not only USB, but, you know, battery powered flashlights this year. And really the one that stunned me and put the company back on the map for me was the Coast Polysteel flashlights. Now I've seen Coast around, you know, like at Walmart and, you know, hardware stores. And I just kind of wrote them off as kind of like that, you know, yeah, you just got to run in and grab some, you know, piece of junk for a couple, you know, whatever, couple days until you can get a better quality one, you know, flashlight. That's how for a while I had viewed their products. And as we began to do a series this year and kicked off a series about gear you can find at Walmart, I was looking around. I saw the Coast series of flashlights, AAA powered, you know, seemed to have really good battery life to lumens, you know, but I was kind of like, man, I don't know, but let's give it a shot. This seems like the best product that I can find here at Walmart. And it literally blew my mind. I bought like 3 of them, and I'm giving a 4th one as a gift to my sister. And just really a product that is easy to find at any hardware store, Home Depot, Walmart. I absolutely carry these as well as online on Amazon. Amazon seems to have a lot weirder like layout for it. I will have as many links as I can for these below, but I find it easier to actually go to stores to find the right layout and, you know, model that you want. But the entire series of Polysteel is fantastic and at great price points, $15 to $20 for AAA powered flashlights that are going to give you hours and hours, like tons of hours of battery life, a focus point, so wide, you know, not only spotlight, but then a zoom in, like focus point. Fantastic layout, and with a battery that you don't have to, you know, like specialty use or anything like that. It was just fantastic and very tough and durable at great price points. So the Coast Polysteel series, any of those lights, I could totally recommend to you guys. So you guys ask me all the time, and it's still my favorite. I've had it for a couple years, but we talked about it this year. The Suunto Clipper button compass setup, run you under 20 bucks. It's very accurate for me. Some people diss it, you know, and like, oh, it's not accurate at all. I run it up against all my other much higher end, larger, you know, navigation compasses, and it's within a degree or two. So no, it is not the compass that I would want on me, you know, if I literally got dumped in the middle of Alaska somewhere and I had to go trek 100 miles to get home, you know, then no, this wouldn't be the best compass for me. But to just get general directions, you're out hiking and you wandered off trail and you're like, wait a second, you know, I don't know where the trail is. Which way was it back to the car? You know, this really helps out a lot, and it's just always there on your wrist, ready to go. I've never lost it, never bumped off of it, never had it break, snap, or anything like that. You know, it's got its really nice, good face on it, and just a good compass for me that I like to have on me. It's a backup. So this one's a 2-for-1. It's the Vertx backpacks. This year, tested out a few different backpacks and gear items from Vertx. Great company. They have a lot to offer. And really for me, the Vertx EDC Ready backpack, if you're not going to carry a bigger laptop all the time, is an awesome, low profile, but very tactical, laid out pack. That's going to come in at actually a very reasonable price. Some of these packs, you know, they're like $200-$300 depending on what you look at. This thing is going to come in at like $120, $130. It's got black and gray colors right now. I'd love to see some other color combinations coming down the line from Vertx. That would be super sweet. But really fantastic layout. Love a lot of the hidden pockets, MOLLE compatibility that's hidden. So it doesn't look like you're some tacked out guy, but you can carry, you know, firearms and pistols, and your firearm, your pistol mag, bags, you know, that type of stuff, medical kits, MOLLE compatible items, really well. And I love that pack. And then if you're somebody who either carries a ton of gear or you need to carry a laptop, so halfway through the year, my job somewhat changed and our location changed, and now I went from a desktop to a laptop, so I have to carry a laptop with me all the time. The Gamut, which we tested out, that we tested out earlier in the year, I never did a full review. It was in my EDC video. I will do a review at some point, guys. It's just been a busy year for me. Still a phenomenal pack. It's larger, so it has a lot of open space if you're not carrying a bigger, you know, tablet or laptop with you. That's where the EDC Ready, I think, comes in. But if you do have to carry a computer regularly with you, which is what I do, it is a phenomenal laid out pack for around town, the EDC arena. That's where it really fits for me, is going, traveling, EDCing, that type of stuff. It wouldn't be my first choice for like multi-day, going out every day, hiking. You know, if you're looking for a hiking pack, I would go with the lighter weight, you know, more comfortable design stuff. But this stuff really for going around town. It has removable sternum straps that you can either use or not use, removable belly straps. Both of these packs, phenomenal, and really gives you a lot of options, but so low profile. Unless someone knows the company, they would never know that you could be packing or just are a more prepared person, and you can fly under the radar and be that gray man kind of life, and you know, be noticeable. You're not noticeable to people with these backpacks, and have fantastic layout. So we reviewed a lot from 511 this year, and one of the products that really stood out to me are the 511 covert inserts. These are MOLLE compatible panels. One is vertical, one is horizontal. They're rather inexpensive compared to what else is out there on the market, and they're rather lightweight, which is really nice to see. They're going to come right around the $20 price point, and man, do these offer a lot, particularly when you're trying to organize maybe a vehicle, or maybe, you know, like a garage, maybe a gun safe, something like that, or your packs, and you really want something to be organized, laid out properly, so that you can just pull this panel out with all of your MOLLE compatible gear. Bam, there it is. Then when you're ready to go, you attach it back in your backpack and it's good to go. They have a small and a large size. Great products, love it, and really helps organize your life when you're talking about MOLLE compatible gear. So the Birchwood Casey pistol dueling tree was fantastic. Love this thing. I've seen it on sale for as low as $300, which is pretty awesome for a pistol rated dueling tree. And this thing rocks. And every time we go out shooting, my buddies are like, dude, did you bring the dueling tree? Because it gives you the capability to not only compete with a partner, but really hone your skills. And it's really tough and durable. Holds up really well to different pistol calibers, and just is a ton of fun and very interactive. So Birchwood Casey really stepped up their steel production this year with several different steel targets that we tested out. Many of them performed very well, but really the one that stood out for us was this one, and really makes going to the range a blast. So if you have campgrounds, if you have, you know, areas, you know, private property that you really enjoy going to and using, and going to open spaces to use your firearms and, you know, hone your skills and become a better shooter, this thing, it will not only help you be a better shooter, but will really also just be fun to use. So really dug this product and made it a blast to go shooting with buddies and with friends and family. So super cool, just fun. And not only is it really well performing, but really fun, is the Mountainsmith Sling back chair. Now, literally, this is just like a modified piece of cloth, heavy duty, water resistant on one side, got two little kind of pockets on the back, and then you just stick either your trekking poles, if you use trekking poles, or if you're into bushcrafting, you can easily measure out just pieces of wood, cut those, saw those off, and then you'll just kind of carve a nice rounded, you know, end and use that. And really is a great relaxing chair. It's a ton of fun, and I was really impressed. I was really expecting it to be a total flop when I got one. I was like, this thing's got to be a joke, right? And I used it, and for hours I've used it. I mean, you could sit there and read a book and take a nap with this thing. My buddy actually did take a nap when we went out and tested it. These things are just fantastic. Come in like 25, 30 bucks, but really, if you're looking for an ultra lightweight backpacking chair, this thing is phenomenal. So there you have it, folks. Thanks so much for coming over here today. I hope you've enjoyed this kind of new video, not in the best of list, but in what we're doing, the gear. stuff. I hope it's pointing you guys in the right direction, the things that just totally stood out to me that I just love, that I swear by, and that have really stood out for me this year that we tested out and reviewed. Check us out on all the relevant social media. That's a great way to see what's up and coming, things that are coming down the line. We're throwing up videos every single week, so please subscribe, comment, join the conversation. Love to hear you guys' thoughts, and I'll answer the comments below. Check out the next video that's popping up right now. You know, we're cranking out videos 2 to 3 a week. And finally, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.